him, I say to the owner of Indy. Indy, the thoroughbred horse, the last surviving foal born on my grandpa's ranch, had broken his leg around the third turn, and everyone wanted to put him down, but me. I went to the racetrack because my grandpa's horse was racing today. I felt nostalgic because it was also the day Grandpa had passed away a year before. Then Indy went down and the jockey was rushed out to the ER. I ran down there as quickly as I could. "We can save him!" I shouted before the vet could euthanize Indy. "Are you blind, girl?" the owner of Indy said with a wave of her hand at Indy's broken leg. "I will buy the horse off of you," I offered instead of fighting her words. "What did you just say to me, girl?" the woman questioned harshly, but I wasn't backing down. I was not going to have another death today, especially one so close to the only thing left living from my grandpa. "I will buy your horse for $500 right here and right now. One-time deal, and we both know to put a horse down and do what's needed is easily 4 times that amount." I held firm as I stared at the woman before raising my hand. "A blind and stupid girl," she said pleasantly with a sharp smile, "but I will take your money." I paid the vet to drive Indy back to my little piece of the ranch left to me by my grandpa, and once there, I started helping Indy. The vet had set Indy's leg back into place. "All hands on deck," I called out, and my ranch hands came rushing in. Some paused and whispered, "Indy?" Before helping, I didn't blame them. With help, we hefted Indy with a harness, making sure he couldn't add weight onto the leg as it healed. Every day I worked with Indy and gave him the treatment. Months passed, and every day Indy got stronger. We scheduled an x-ray to see how the break was healing. I smiled as we got the go-ahead from the vet to let Indy start putting weight on his leg. I lowered him down slowly every 2 weeks. The more weight Indy held, the happier he started to be, until I was able to watch from my kitchen window to see Indy prancing around. He still seemed down and sad. "I don't know what you need, Indy, but I'll try and get it for you." I leaned back enough to stare into his eyes. It was a look, a moment. It was freedom. I bowed my head and kissed his muzzle. "We will start tomorrow," I whispered. The next day, every ranch hand was on the rails around the racetrack. Indy and I were in the chute. In the watchtower were 2 people ready to time the whole race, and pairs spread around the racetrack. I took a deep breath and the gate opened. The motion of his head told me I was holding him too far back. I gave him full control and he started speeding up even faster. It felt like he never had a broken bone. He flew like the racetrack was his. Before I knew it, we crossed the finish line. That was a small track compared, but it didn't change the number the pair from the watchtower called out. 2 minutes and 54 seconds, they called out. My heart knew then what Indy had been telling me. He wasn't done with a race world yet. I had the ranch hands cool him down as I started doing all the research needed to get him reinstated into the racing world. It took me poaching a client to figure out the funds. "You want me to fund this lunacy?" Mr. Stone said blankly. I held all of the paperwork that we had gathered about the break and all the x-rays. I threw the file down on the table. "All of them," I answered, "from every angle of the break." "This isn't a gimmick, Mr. Stone," I point at the file. "This is a horse with no signs of a previous break. All Indy wants to do is run. You would be giving him the chance to do that." I stare at Mr. Stone as he looks at me slowly. "And you poached me for this." "Why should I agree?" I smirk. "Because Storm is owned by your enemy, Mr. Smith, and not some anonymous LLC. Plus, Indy is Grandpa's last greatest horse." Mr. Stone's mouth drops. "If you don't win this, consider the interest rates going up," Mr. Stone muttered into my ear as I swung up onto Indy after he said that. "Consider the thought that I know we aren't going to lose," I responded to Mr. Stone before going into the loading bay for the chutes and the beginning of the race. I took a deep breath and gave him full lead with the reins just as the bell rang. He shot out of the open gate, taking the lead in first and not slowing. I shift my weight to even my core strength, and I fall as Indy kicks the English saddle off of his legs. I jump slightly and ride like a jockey as Indy starts putting lengths behind us and the others. "Put the horses in this race to shame," I whispered as Indy now has 15 lengths between us and the rest of the horses. I threw the reins on the horse's neck and let myself just to feel the wind at how quick he was running. The win I knew was going to be certain. He gave it his all, and I laughed loudly without an English saddle to race and full control over to Indy. Free, just like my grandpa used to tell me.